Hey, what's going on, everybody? I just wanted to make a video, very intimate, very personal video, and just kind of talk about my experience with Trivium and that whole situation that went down and how crazy that was, and the fact that I got to play like 8 shows with them, filling in for Matt on guitar was just absolutely insane. And yeah, so I'm just gonna make this video and just kind of like talk about my emotions on the thing and just all that kind of stuff. So if you want to hear about that, keep watching. So essentially, I got hit up by Matt. It was on the Rest Repose tour at the time. It was back in July, and he said, hey, would you like to come out on the road with us for a couple weeks and film some stuff, maybe play a song here or two live? Would you be down? And I was like, yeah, of course I'm down. Like, that sounds amazing. And so I kind of started learning a couple songs here and there. I started compiling some video ideas that I want to do with them on the road, and it was just this crazy thing in my head. I'm like, wow, like, this is insane. Like, I have known Matt and the Trivium guys for a little over a year, but I have never like actually hung out with them, and I've never like actually spent more than a day hanging out with them. So it was like this crazy thing, like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be like on the road with these guys for over 2 weeks and just like hanging out and getting to see like what their lives are like. And so I was just prepping myself for that, and then the day came, and then I flew out, and it was such a long travel day. I was traveling for like 15 hours just to get there, and then we had the coolest dinner with some friends of theirs who this guy owns this restaurant, and he was I don't remember the name of the restaurant, I'm really sorry, but he's like a chef there, and so we met and we ate together and we had some drinks, and it was like super cool. And then the next like week and a half or so, it was just the most surreal experience of being on the road with a band that I've looked up to, that inspired me to play guitar, that I've learned their songs back when I was a kid, back when I was 14, 15 years old. I was learning Trivium songs, like, because I loved that band. And now I'm on the road with them, which is just the craziest thing. And I felt like a little kid in a candy store, and it was just the most exciting thing that I've done in a long time. And then I remember the first night that Matt and the guys brought me out on stage to play a song with them, and it was Into the Mouth of Hell We March. And I just remember like literally being backstage holding the guitar, and Matt is talking to the audience, and he's like, now we'd like to bring out a good friend of ours. And like in the back of my head I'm thinking like, okay, so in my mind I'm like, he's gonna say we're gonna bring out Jared Dines, and then everyone's gonna be like, who is that? Like, who are you bringing out? Because like these guys are huge. And I was like nervous. I was like, oh man, like I don't think they're gonna respond well to it. Like I feel like they're not gonna know who I am, or they're gonna be like, oh, that guy or whatever. Like, but he said my name, and I came out, and like the crowd just lit up and went crazy, and I was just like in shock. I mean, I'm standing in front of 1,500 people at like this sold out show on stage with Trivium, and I'm just like in shock. I'm like frozen. I'm just like, holy crap, like this is happening right now. And they counted off the song, and I somehow got through it. I think I blacked out, and then I woke up like after the song when everyone's cheering, and I'm just like, well, that was weird. And so then I get off stage, and I remember I was just shaking. I was just like literally shaking. I was just like, that was like the most exciting, nerve-wracking, coolest thing that I had done in a long time. And I was on cloud 9 for so long after that, for hours. I was just like, that was insane. And then Matt was like, hey, why don't you come out for 2 songs next show? And I was like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah, you know. And so we would do the sound checks, and we would kind of run through the songs, and I would like watch their sets live. And obviously I've known Trivium songs for a very long time, so like I would kind of get a feel for it, and then he'd bring me out for another song, and then he'd bring me out for a different song another night. So we did this for like a week and a half, to where I had almost played about every song on the set list live throughout, you know, while Matt was there. And then Matt had gotten like a call from his wife or his doctor, and they were like, yo, like it could be any day now, like it could be tonight, like, you know, you really should come home. And so Matt did the right thing and he went home to be with his wife. But he was like, all right, man, like, you're up, like, can you do this for me? And I was just like, I'll try, like, yes, like, absolutely, like, of course I will try to do this for you. And so I just remember like just running the set in my head like 100 times, and I would like jam the songs on guitar, and they even changed a song last minute, so I was like, oh, I need to learn a whole other song, and like their songs are like 5 minutes, 5.5 minutes long, so I'm just like, oh my god, I don't think I slept for the first like 2 days. And I remember the first time I got on stage, and it was going to be me for the whole set. Matt wasn't there. Howard Jones had stepped up, and Paolo and Corey do vocals as well, so they kind of just did more vocals, and then Howard was there. And I think I was like standing in my guitar stance, like on stage. I think I played the first 4 songs of the set, like literally without even moving. I'm pretty sure I just had my guitar stance and I was just staring at my fingers, and I just was like, you have to play this right. Like, you have to hit everything right. Because it's like, it's different. If it's my band, it's like, okay, this is my band. If I mess up, it's on me. It's on my band. That reflects on me. If I mess up, it reflects on Trivium and all the fans who paid good money to come out and have a good experience. Like, it reflects on them. And all those people that paid money for tickets, I don't want to disappoint those people, because they're there to see Trivium. They're not there to see me. And I don't want to disappoint Trivium and like play things wrong and then give the fans a bad show. So it was so nerve-wracking. Like, I need to play everything right. Like I am just here to make sound out of this instrument, and then nothing else matters as long as I play the parts right. And the first show was so nervous. I was so nervous. Like, I was literally on stage pretty much having a panic attack. Like, I couldn't feel my feet, and I felt like dizzy and lightheaded, and I was just like shaking. Like, I was so nervous and so anxious and so panicky. It was the worst feeling ever, but it was like at the same time the coolest thing ever that I was able to do that. And I got through it, and after that first night, it was like I knew I could do it. Like, I did it. And so I was like, okay, I know I can do it. I can do it again, and I can do it for the next 7 shows, and I can do this. So that helped a lot. And then so the next like few shows, I would kind of loosen up a little bit more, move around a little bit more, kind of have a little bit more fun with it. And it was the craziest, coolest experience I've ever had. Like, the venues, the fans, the crowds, they were so hype and they were so excited, and meeting Howard Jones, meeting all the guys from Avatar and all the dudes from like The Torch, it was just so cool. Like, everybody, the crew, the bands, they were so cool and so professional and so accommodating. It made the experience just amazing. Like, it was probably hands down the coolest tour experience I've ever had. I haven't had many, mind you, but it was like crazy awesome to do that and to meet all those guys and to just have that kind of bonding moment with them. And yeah, like, we got through the set, and Matt was watching the entire time, like on his Twitch channel and stuff like that, and it was so surreal to me. Like, we played Anaheim at the House of Blues, sold out. There was like over 2,000 people there, and it was insane. It was insane. Brandon from Atreyu came out and did 2 songs. I mean, it was the coolest event ever, and it was really cool that we were filling in for Matt for a good reason, because there are so many times where people leave tours for bad reasons, or they get kicked off tours, or they have to go home because of an emergency, like someone passed away or something, you know, like that. But the fact that Matt had to leave because his wife was giving birth was like it's good news. Like it was a cool thing that everyone rallied together and kind of stepped up to make this happen. You know, Johannes from Avatar, Howard Jones from Light the Torch, you know, even Paolo and Corey in Trivium. They had to. I mean, there was a night where Corey did like 3 songs, lead vocals, just by himself, and he shreds like every song. So like just to be able to do that is insane. And everyone stepped up and everyone made it happen, and it made it this cool event where it wasn't like, oh, you're getting Trivium light, you know, you're getting like a half-assed Trivium. It was like, no, like we brought it together to make a cool event and a cool experience that you'll probably never see again, you know, unless someone else in the band has twins. I don't know, but it was so awesome. And like, yeah, I want to thank Trivium for allowing me to do that, and I want to thank Matt and just for giving me that opportunity, and just for allowing me to do that was so cool for me. It really like revitalized like this spark, I guess. It just reignited this desire to create again, and it was really cool for me, and it was just awesome. I mean, I don't know what else to say. It was just so amazing for me to do this and to be a part of this once in a lifetime experience that has never happened before and might not ever happen again. And a lot of people came together to make it happen, and I just played a small part in it, but it was just awesome. It was just so cool, like seeing all the fans, they were loving it, you know, like it was so rad. It was so rad. And then the tour, we played the last show in Berkeley, California, and we went to the hotel, and then we got our flights, and it was just such like, it was like a cool like goodbye kind of moment where it was like we all were acknowledging like we did it. Like we got through it, you know, like we made it through this. And you know, it was so rad, and I feel like I know those guys way more than just hanging out with them for 2 weeks, you know, because they're so nice and they're so just chill dudes. But it was an amazing experience. I can't say thank you enough to everybody that was involved in that and for allowing me to be there and do that. And yeah, I mean, it was crazy. It was crazy. Like, I don't know. It was insane. But yeah, I don't know what else to really say about it. Just thank you guys to whoever came out and watched a live show. Thank you to Trivium and Matt for allowing me to do this. Thank you to all the crew that made it happen. Thank you to Howard for stepping up and kicking ass singing, and Johannes from Avatar. It was just so cool. It was so cool to be a part of something like that, you know, something that was like just this brotherhood of metalheads coming together to be there for Matt and to allow the show to continue to where we didn't have to cancel anything. So it was really, really awesome. But yeah, I feel like I've rambled a lot, and yeah, I guess that's all I really had to say, and just kind of voice my emotions and my thoughts on that entire tour. It was so cool. It was so awesome. And yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.